Greetings, greetings. Happy to be here. My name is Omari, and let's get into it. I know I don't have a lot of time, so I have to skip the formalities and take you straight to the shirt. Click the love button. And where's the button? Right there. Now, if you want to get this shirt, at least the most recent edition of it, I'm going to tell you where to go. Pay close attention. Because on this site at phrasekeywords.com, and like I said, I'm Mr. Phrase Keywords. On my site, if you click on shop, it will take you to the latest version of this shirt. Now, just so you know, one of the things that I changed that you're going to see is that unlike the shirt that's on the site, the love button has been moved up. There's a whole story behind that. I'll tell it to you real quick. There's been different variations of this shirt. It started out really basic. There was no actual love button. Then I decided, you know what, let's just go ahead and put a button on the shirt, because what was happening is people were walking up to me saying, click the love button. They were like, click the love button. And then they would like just go to click anywhere. And so I said, you know what, to avoid that problem, because sometimes they were all up here looking for the love button. So I'm just going to put a button on the shirt. But what ended up happening is that I put the button too low. Like on this shirt, it's too low. It's like at my navel. So now they're like, they see the love button, but then they're like, oh, I see it. And now they're going for my navel, which is a little bit too close to something else. We're not going to get into that, but you get my drift. So I said, you know what? I want to move the love button up some. And so if you let's just go to the site. If you go to phrase keywords and let's click around here, you click on shop. If you notice, let's just look at this guy here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. If you notice, the button is now here in the middle between click the love button. So this is the latest iteration of this shirt. And you can go and get this shirt in different colors. As you can see here, this is the white and red. We have the black and white, and we have the black and yellow. And you can also change the color of the shirt. There's some variations there. All right. So now that we've covered the shirt and you've heard the story, let's get back to it. This particular talk that you'll hear is going to cover a lot of different topics in a very short time span. Why? Because that's just how I like to cover information. We're not going to get too granular just yet. Think of this as like a high level outline of what I want to cover in the next few episodes. To start, we're going to get into automation. But I want to take you into an aspect of automation that a lot of people don't cover, and that is the spiritual aspects of automation. We're going to get spiritual with the automation. So that's the first and I feel like the most important layer to cover. And we're going to lay a foundation that's going to help us establish, just strong pillars to cover the rest of automation and also to cover some of the more spiritual topics that I'm going to get into. So, right now, what I want to just let you know, because I'm sure when I said spiritual, you're like, well, how can he get spiritual with automation? Well, believe it or not, there is a way. Actually, automation for me became a spiritual experience. So, that's what we're going to get into next as the topic that we're going to launch these episodes on. So that's going to be the first topic, automation. What should we call it? The spiritual aspects of automation, or automation spirituality? Tell me what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But for now, let's just call it the spirituality of automation. And by automation, I'm not just talking about one particular type of automation, excuse me, one particular type of automation. I'm talking about automation in general. So whatever the automation robots are used for is out of scope. We're going to get into that next. The moral uses of automation, which is a perfect segue into that. When you lay the foundation of spirituality, then you go into what would be the moral uses of automation and some tough choices that I had to make for myself. But we're going to cover that. Let's follow the law of two. Let's cover those two topics in what would be this episode, and then we'll start to get our hands dirty gradually as we start to actually get into the automation layer of phrase keywords. We're going to get into other tools that can integrate and leverage phrase keywords. We're going to get into actual scripting using AI to assist with some of our scripting tasks and how we can blend AI outputs. And when I say AI, I do mean artificial intelligence. We can blend some of the AI outputs into our own coding conventions and framework. So there's a lot to talk about when it comes to AI and future technologies. So we're going to cover quite a bit in future episodes as well, but we're gonna lay the foundation now. We're gonna talk about what will be spirituality and the morality of automation. So that I feel like that's important to lay down. Don't you agree? And just so you know, I mean, when it comes to the nature of how I operate on this particular presentation, we're going to work through some things together. Like, I'm not going to have this script that I've already created and I'm just reading from the script. No, there's going to actually be things that we're going to look up together. We're going to work through some automation together. We're going to make mistakes sometimes. We're going to have to go back and make corrections together. So I want you to come on this journey with me into automation, and I would also like your feedback as to ways we can make the journey even that much more exciting for you. I want it to be an adventure. I want it to be spiritual. I want it to be hands-on. We're going to touch a lot of aspects of automation. And ultimately, we're going to land on a helicopter pod called phrase keywords. Right? So when we land on phrase keywords, then it's all going to make sense. I realize that there's no point in me trying to really talk about phrase keyword automation until I first laid a foundation, especially as it pertains to the optimizing accelerator qualities of phrase keywords. Like, I can't really get you to understand how it's eclipsed many tools out there. It's just eclipsed them in terms of efficiency and productivity. And it really, all it is, you'll see, is it's not nothing complex. It's just an approach. It's an approach that can in fact be used with all those other tools out there. So once I walk you through the automation and we land on that helicopter pod called phrase keywords, the next time we take off, we're going to be able to go so much further with the conversation, because you'll understand, as I like to say, you'll overstand the the impact that the phrase keywords approach has on automation in general, and how all of these different tools can still use the phrase keywords approach to optimize the capabilities of their own tool suite. I know I said a lot in that phrase or group of phrases, but don't worry. We have plenty of episodes to break it down. So take this journey with me, and I'll just really, you know, transition into the next episode segment. We've already started what will be episode 1 of automation. I believe in terms of all of the episodes, we're in episode 7. We're where I want to be. We're at the 7th episode, but this is the first episode for the automation journey, the automation adventure we're about to take together. So thank you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that you go ahead and get yourself one of these click the love button shirts from phrasekeywords.com. Hope to see you soon, and hopefully next time I see you, you'll have one of these shirts on. Bye.